Woo! That time I hit the button right on time. I'm back. Did you miss me? Folks have been talking about the Tide. And my grandmama said, if you don't have anything nice to say, then just keep quiet. Now, my uncle said, if somebody open their mouth crooked to you, go ahead and straighten it out for them. I don't know which one was right. Anyway, we're going to talk about it right here around the herd. Roll Tide, Alabama fans, and welcome to Tight Sports. This is the Alabama Football Megacast and the People's Crimson Tide Network. Thank you for joining me on whichever platform you chose with your thumb. Could be Twitter, could be YouTube, could be Facebook. Thank you for joining me anyway. Share a pound with me. Just press that pound right down the subscribe button. As you settle in, come on in. And if I'm able to successfully stimulate the happy juice in your gray matter and then make your funny bone jiggle, please let me know by poking that like button right in the eye. That's right. Let the algorithm know what we're doing over here. Tight Sports, we got it all cracking. We're back and we're on the attack. We're going to be pounding for 95 days straight to Tallahassee. Before we get down to business, though, the Crimson Tide hit a lot of brick walls while I was away. 2 weeks while I was away. Like all heckity broke loose. I mean, that's right. Thank you for joining me, PhD. Keep an eye on me. Watch my back. You know how they come in here to try to attack me. But there's a lot of brick walls hit by the Crimson Tide away from the gridiron, but on the diamond, the courts, the courses, just throughout the nation. We're just getting our butt kicked everywhere. There's a hot seat alert at the University of Alabama. Somebody's on the hot seat. We got a coach on the hot seat. His name, Mick Paul. Just saying, man, you're on the hot seat. Now, before we get into it, let me thank you for the SEC championship in 2016 and the first golf national championship in 2012. First ever at Alabama. But women's golf is looking mighty bad. And like Miss Jackson said, what have you done for me lately? I mean, Alabama's season concluded for the golf team around May. Come on, man. I'm just trying to warn y'all. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to fine bomb y'all off the capstone. But come on, man. Come on, man. Season was over at the regular season. That ain't what we do at the capstone. Come on, man. Moving on. Basketball got some good news. The Baron Philon, our sensational freshman who came off the bench and was a real contributor, he tried to test the waters at the NBA draft, and he's decided on May 29th that he's going to return to the capstone for the 25-26 season. He tested the waters, folks. You can't blame a man making hundreds of thousands to test the waters. He just didn't like the feeling of drowning, so he coming on back. gonna prove himself again, and I'm gonna guess he's gonna declare again. This NIL thing is crazy. Woo! Glad to have you back. Track and field, they had a few successes, but I'm just saying, with over 50 people on the team, there are 50 people, men and women, on the University of Alabama track team, probably on average. You're devouring resources. So I need 25% of y'all to come on with a conference championship, if not a national title. The Crimson Tide can no longer afford to fund mediocrity, folks. We need that money. Got my eye on an offensive tackle and some wide receivers out there. So I'm just telling y'all, you need to listen to me, coaches, players, because if something go down, you can't say, oh, tight didn't tell you. I'm just warning you. You better get your act together, coaches, players. The gravy train about to stop. Money's tight. On to the men's golf team. I mean, they got to the regional NCAA championships. They finished 11th. If it's me, I'm just saying, if it's me, if I'm the golf coach, I'm not opposed to making golfers run, how can I say this? Well, YouTube, self-deletions or up and backs on par fives. Why they can't run? Make them run too. They athletes. Par five. You know what I'm saying? Run to the fairway, come back to the tee box. Huh? Run to that sand trap, come back to the tee box. Huh? Go touch the fringe, come back to the tee box. And next time, go touch the flag. We got this has to stop. We got to get better. 11th place, man. Didn't make the finals because we didn't get in the top 8. Telling you, it is nut cutting time. Speaking of nuts, softball team, the ladies. I'm getting everybody getting something now and then. We need that money. So the ladies got a chance to go out to play UCLA, or I like to call them UCLA, in the Super Regional. We won the first game and we lost the next 2, and we got sent packing. Main pitcher Faust was outstanding, and they finished the season 47-15, advanced to the Super Regionals for the 18th time ever. But we got 18-20. We got to get to that next level. We got to be in the finals, y'all. There's money out there in them trees for y'all too. Moving on to a small bright spot. Men's baseball went to the SEC tournament. Embarrassing in Hoover. Beat Georgia in the first game, then beat LSU, then lost to Arkansas, and then lost to Tennessee in the summer. Lost to Tennessee. That's all right. That's all right. The men's team did earn a number 2 seed in Tallahassee at the regional. That's right, Tallahassee. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So May 30th, they beat Coastal Carolina 5-3. Then they lost to Florida State 8-4. Came back and beat Coastal Carolina again 6-2. Then messed around and lost to Florida State again. Ooh. Season summary, final record 39-22. But that was a strong year for Coach Vaughn. This is his first year. So we look forward to him breaking 45 wins next year and being stronger. I just want to say something real quick. Just turn the music down real quick. 95 days from now, Florida State, you got payback coming. You got payback of 95 days from now at 3:30 Eastern Time, 2:30 Central, August the 30th. We coming and we busting heads. So with all these scores from around the capstone, covering the excellence and failings that radiate from all over the program, too many Crimson Tide football to many Alabama Crimson Tide football remains just the standard. It's just the standard, not just in football, just across the college sports spectrum, really now professional sports. You got like Manchester United, you got Chelsea, you got the Dodgers. Who in football? I don't really know the Steelers, some like the Lakers, the Boston. Then you got University of Alabama, Crimson Tide football. But as the tide rolls on, man, not everyone watches with admirations. No, across the nations, peculiar phenomenon just brewing right now. Behind very polite handshakes and sportsmanship and little tweets, there's a deep, rational hope that's harbored by the fans of other fan bases, and they hoping that the mighty, decorated, dynastic Alabama Crimson Tide somehow crumbles under the weight of his own success. Yeah. The reasons that they come up with, they don't make sense. They stupid, by the way. Just dumb. I've been listening to them for weeks now. I've been reading them online. Some have a rationale if you take foolishness seriously, but they all are just dripping with desperation and deep-rooted envy. And it is so with that spirit that I just want to descend into this incredibly petty world these people live in, these emotionally unstable world that rival fans just live in. I'm not talking about people that come to this channel. I ain't talking about none of y'all. But if the shoe fit, stick it up your nose. So I just want to come up and show the top reasons that these people hate on Alabama. And it don't make no sense. Here's the fact. When you're dominant, even your success will feel like a personal attack. And I think that's what we have going on here. Sometimes I've heard haters say, like, they've had enough glory. It's time to give something else a turn. Now, I'm going to be honest. Not talking about Crimson Tide, not talking about other people. My mother had this thing when she used to cheer for the other team, so my team win. Love your mama, but that don't make no sense. Like, it ain't nobody's time to win. Make your own opportunities. That's what she told me. I said, Mom, can I have $20 and get the car? But I ain't got no $20 to give you. Better get out my face. See, she wasn't cheering for the underdog at that time. The Tide has done just that. They have made their own opportunities. People may say stuff like, they need to go inspect these 18 championships to make sure they go count yours. Make sure your championship, if you got any, are valid. I mean, one dude, I saw some of this dude talking. I don't know if he's an Alabama fan, but he was being funny. He said his grandma had PTSD watching when she see Alabama come on TV from the 2012 National Championship. She's a Notre Dame fan, of course, and he actually said that, his grandma be crying when she see an elephant anywhere. Zoo, on a baby blanket. He's just be like, it's hot in here, folks. God, Lord have mercy. Then they attack your coach. They say, Kellen DeBoer is too normal looking to be this good. So, or to be any good. So they're saying, like, because Kalen DeBoer look normal, I don't think Bear Bryant or Mike Dubose, for that matter of fact, or Nick Saban look regular dudes to me. So they look at Kalen DeBoer like he ain't spitting and rolling around on the ground and chewing grass and throwing helmets, I don't know, cups of water and headsets. I mean, it's just petty, man. You heard these comments like, he looks like a high school guidance counselor who, tells you your SAT score was fine, that type of man shouldn't win an SEC title. Well, it's coming. It's coming. May come sooner than you think. We believe in Caleb DeBoer if you don't like it. He don't scream and stuff. Well, keep watching. You might learn something if you don't scream. You know what I'm saying? I saw him go off on the referee because he couldn't believe the just ridiculous calls we were getting in that game. They all jealous of the fans. Like, we storm the field in our big games, but Alabama never does because they think they entitled or something. Well, here's the thing. When we beat teams, they got the Ramma Jamma. They tell them we just beat the heck out of them and all the rest of this stuff. And we do celebrate. We just don't go down there tearing up the goalposts, ripping the grass out, falling in bushes, pushing cute girls, just pushing cute girls in the face. We don't do all that stuff. Having our students go out there and just all of a sudden just get punched in the face by some football player, LeGarrette Blount, for taunting them, it's dangerous and it's stupid. Don't mean we don't celebrate. You know, it's about ripping, just thinking about ripping down goalposts. Just think about this. Oh, I need a towel. Ripping down goalposts. The recruits, the players, the coaches cost. So you want us to go out there and just rip down a goalpost because we won a game. That wouldn't be financially responsible. You know what I'm saying? You hear that, coach of the women's golf team? Money's tight. Get your ladies right. Anyway, you know, it's just frustrating. I've been hearing a lot of stuff, people talking stuff. All the rankings starting to come out preseason, and Alabama's in a pretty good position. I ain't seen nothing that has Alabama lower than 15th, I guess. You know, some people say they're probably up at number 2. Some people say they're probably in top 5 everywhere. But if we came in and they said we was like somewhere below 20, I'd be worried. About starting at 20. But below 20, I'd be worried. Everybody knows what Kevin the boys is building a whipstick over there. So all the insults are coming out. They coming out after a team that went 9-4. That's why I'm real excited about the year. I got people telling me they looking forward to us winning. We're going 7-6. Some people try to explain to me how we go 9-4 again, and I'm like, how? And we didn't even have an offensive coordinator last year. No. It's new. It's 95 days. We bringing the heat. Alabama is about to make a statement. Now that statement is, and I think that statement is making the playoffs in the board's second year. Get ready for it. You know, what is this other one I came across? Oh, we too confident for our own good. Well, I guess we're supposed to have all this success, and then supposed to win every once in a while and have 2 goats on the wall, and just remain totally humble. And when no one has done what you've done, I know it took most of these suckers, they think it's easy not to just enjoy this. It's hard not to enjoy this. That's why we over here, not over there with that thing. I don't get it. Why we can't celebrate? And I remember somebody saying like they had a problem in the NFL with people, man, all that dancing and celebration in the end zone. Man, just get a ball to the referee, just like Barry Sanders, just like this person. But look, here at the bottom line, the person responded to him and said, if you don't like them celebrating in your end zone, if you don't like people doing the funky chicken and the loose Watusi in your end zone or under the goalpost or in front of your fans or eating popcorn like T.O., guess what you got to do? You got to keep them out the end zone. And if you don't like Alabama, and the Alabama fans and the Crimson Tide Nation or me, Tight Sports right here, being Tight Sports and excited about the University of Alabama, y'all better get your team down there and make it do what it do. Vanderbilt did it. What's wrong with your team? Vanderbilt shut us up. What's wrong with your team? Why won't you do it, Vanderbilt? Why don't you go get you a coach that's like just got some kind of a magic touch like Jerry Kill, put him on your sideline. Go get you a Diego Pavia and his brothers from Breaking Bad and bring them down there and get you some grad students that, hey, why don't you just be Alabama too? Everybody's doing it. It's so easy. Come on down and do it. But you may find it difficult now that I got an offensive coordinator. Yeah, Slick still got a clipboard over there. But things going to be different. And then they say, like, when Alabama loses the 5-star recruit, it's one or two things. Either we didn't need him or it's like it's a crime that he didn't select the University of Alabama. Well, it's something we try not to allow happen. We can't make everybody come. We can't get on 300 5 stars in every class. We try not to allow it to happen. But, there will be another 5-star at that position eventually. Trust. And in the name of the great Julio Jones, we'll say we'll get another one again. I bring up Julio Jones. He was a really key 5-star that we picked up during Nick Saban's initial years at the University of Alabama. Everybody can't believe how fans at Alabama were tripping about us going 9-4. It's Alabama. That's why we tripping about 9-4. That's why it sucked to go 9-4. That's why we said I gave him a pass because it's his first year. How great were you at your job in your first year? I ain't talking about your first year at a new place. I'm talking about your first year, somewhere between the ages of 19 or 26, whenever somebody would hire you for the first time. How great were you compared to now? Like, this dude was just take over. You know, if you don't go to a NASCAR race and see somebody run alongside the car and dive in and just keep driving, don't expect this man to take over for don't expect any man to take over somebody's whole program and want it to work right. We know Saban got out of there because just doing too much more than coaching. Had to deal with the general, putting a general manager in place and dealing with these money issues. It's different. The paradigm changed, baby. So now Caleb DeBoer got something in place that works so much. Michigan tried to get our general manager last year. Typical capstone excellence. You know you're doing the right thing when people still trying to get your folks. Y'all can come get slick though. Please give them. Come on, you know they talk about the logo. Y'all the ocean, how the ocean and the elephant in the same place. Just hating. I just hate. Winners make the rules. That's why we got an elephant and a crystallite and ocean coming together. Huh? You can say what you like about yourself when you win. Until then, consider your team if you're consistently under 800, just consider yourself less than. That's all. But you can get better. The portal is open to everybody. Something else I came across. Somebody said that Alabama ruined the transfer portal for everybody. How ridiculous is that? How ridiculous is that assumption? Alabama ruined the what? Because we put our hand in the portal, we always come out with all Americans, and everybody else come out with a guy that caught two or three passes in 2019. That's not true. Now we get a pretty good pick of the litter, but so does Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. Ain't nobody come from them. They ain't talking about what Texas has done in the portal. Now, who was the number one team this year? Texas A&M or somebody? They never talk about them. Even Dabs. Even the Dabber over there in Clemson. He wasn't in the portal when he said he wasn't going to use it. Went in the first time, I imagine, came out with a 5-star receiver. Hey, man, it just seems that there's a upper echelon, and then there's another other echelons that just sit there and just nitpick. Not the people that's trying to win the games, but the fans. The other echelons need to get with it. Step your game up. It's go time. It's definitely go time right here on Tight Sports. Make sure, if you're still with me, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends all about it. Now, we can't help that we have more talent on our depth chart than the bottom 2/3 of the entire Big Ten. I can't help it. I don't think you could take the bottom 2/3 of the Big Ten teams and come and win 11 games in the SEC. Oh, yeah. Let's say it a lot. I know. Have no respect for the bottom 2/3 like my friend Nick over at Water Cooler Talk Podcast. And that ain't me. Yes, that's a fact. But so does Ohio State. So does Michigan sometimes, obviously. And so does Penn State. They just ain't got that kind of talent down there. Talent is thin. You got to get out there and work it. And sometimes teams just want to play with a team that they got a chance to get developed into a pro or to a champion. If you're offering neither one, why would we go to that school? Because you got a great PhD program. You got a great engineering program. You really do well with the humanities. So I can see why we go there. Plus, I can pick up $50,000 a year. That's why I go to the bottom 2/3 of the Big Ten. I get it, but it ain't that, just they're not set up to play just big time football. It's obvious. Indiana stepping it up. People like Arizona State, SMU, they stepping it up. What's wrong with the rest of them? Huh? No, Alabama didn't make the initial 12-team playoffs. Neither did your sorry team. At least I had an inaugural coaching season. What happened to you? Oh. Come on. Then they say we poach players. Poach players from other teams. I think that's against the rules. Please provide evidence before you put this stuff out there. And most of this stuff, you see it out there in the Twitters and I told you, the Badlands of X. Oh my God. See, this is what happens. This whole show is because I spent like 3 days on X, seeing every insult under the sun. I just clipped a couple of them to see what foolishness these people out here talking about. They don't understand roster management. We poaching players. Jeez. It's not our fault. But both could be true. We seek and destroy at will. You know what I'm saying? We out to destroy everything. People blaming us for their coach getting fired. We had a 4-year plan and they fired our coach in the second year. That's not our problem. You hired poorly or you had a poor plan. If you fire your coach in the second year of a 5-year deal and now you got to pay him X amount of dollars because you just didn't like how he lost against Alabama or whatever, that's a you problem. That ain't an Alabama problem. You get beat by 45 points or whatever, and you got to pay a couple $1 million for several years. No. Don't blame us. That coach wasn't ready. You probably gave him too much money. He was overpaid anyway. Y'all gave him a nice next head. Now he up in the mountains or out on the beach. Maybe on the beach. Beach is probably a little more expensive at your terrible school. But probably on the beach or in the valleys or somewhere on the coast. Kennebunkport, something up there in Nantucket, chilling on your money from your poor hire. Now back to blaming the fans. Their fans exist on another planet. Now, I live right here on Earth. Right down here in the dirty South, the deep South they call it. We talk about 18 national titles, but conveniently forget that we lost to Louisiana Monroe, or we lost to, with all due respect, Vanderbilt last year, or we lost to an unassuming Oklahoma team. Why do we need to talk about our losses when you are a professional hater? That is your job. Over here, we ignore you for the most part, but we allow our haters to be our escalators. Because when we ride back up there to that championship plateau, we just want to make sure that you recognize the greatness. So, people talk about, somebody. Now, I think this was a comment I saw that came out of like Oregon or something, talking about every grocery store in Alabama sells houndstooth toilet paper. And that's not normal. Maybe they do. Your mama use it all the time, and that is not true in Lee County. This is a ridiculous statement. They said, we'd rather beat Georgia and Auburn than solve world hunger. Well, see, let me tell you, that's a lie, first of all. That's a lie. And world hunger is everybody's problem, dummy. And since we don't work together very well, and we kind of, at odds because of this football thing, we'll just choose to hand out cans of whoop ass as well as cans of food when we get time. How about that? For the lesser of these. Let me get out of here, folks. I'm not gonna do. I'm heated up. I'm gonna try to bring it back down, but I just had to heat it up a little bit because I saw so much foolishness. I told you, my therapist don't want me out there on Twitter and X because this is what happens. Let me get out of here. Please remember to join me Wednesday at 6 for Iron Bowl debates, where Auburn fans get to bask in the greatness of the Crimson Tide. So tune in. You never know where the conversations may go. What else we got here? Oh yeah, Make sure you add a pound of pressure that subscribe button, hit the notification so you'll know when we go live or drop a video. I got a lot of work to do this doggone summer. Got to get this channel back crunk up. I'm going to be dropping some stuff. Got a lot of ideas. Just got to get them all out. Tell your friends they can find me on YouTube, Blue Sky, and Facebook, Tight Sports. And won't be for a while, but I can be found out there in the badlands of Twitter. But my therapist is warning me just to stay away from that place. Shout out to the Sharpshooters Podcast. Roll Tide to you. Let me check this chat a little bit. The baseball game was hard to watch. Messed up my little break. So, PhD, trust me, I feel you. Here we go. Welcome, Mr. Todd Pig, and you must have lost your mind. Is there a Music City Bowl still? Oh, yeah, because Todd Pig team was probably there last year. Hate him. That's all right. If we end up in the Music City Bowl, this must be where they play in the next championship. No, let me go too far. That must be where they play in the first round of the 12 team, 14 team, whatever the next year the championship is going to be called. How many teams, Todd Pig, how many teams going to be playing for the next championship? Go ahead and go in there and just deduct one from what only is 12, 14, 16. Deduct one and take one of them other spaces and put your team in there. Roll Tide to you. Brock, what's going on, Brock? Roll Tide to you. Trying to get these suckers right. 95 days ago, I was on Twitter, so I'm like this. I'm on Twitter. I get like this. I won't be like this probably next week, but I just got to stay off Twitter. I got to stay out there. Roll Tide to you, 5, Adam. Thank you for coming on in here. I was just about to get up out of here, but I will check my chat here. Roll Tide to y'all, but shout out to Sharpshooters Podcast. Roll Tide to that man, and peace to the brothers at Auburn Addicts, Water Cooler Podcast, Bubba and the Old Man, Up Tempo Podcast. It's SEC season with my main man, Tez. They are still a fine group of Auburn Americans. And with that, we'll see you next Monday. Todd Pig come back with another coach had the best roster ever. Okay, what about your roster? 5 Adam, I looked at it, made a lot of offers. I'm gonna try to do a video when they sign somebody else, but we're still at 5, and folks still hating on us. Brock, LOL, I'm the same on Twitter. Bama haters are all over that's why. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They are bad. It's awful. I can't stand it. Todd Pig, congratulations. There's a difference between education and football. I received a graduate degree from Auburn. Used it a lot. But the football team is not my cup of anything. Todd, you gonna find out. What is that? Let's see. Todd, you talking? Yeah, he talking crazy. That's what they do. That. Now, who your team, Todd? Before I get out of here, who's your team? Please tell me who your team is. Are you like a Michigan fan, or what are you? No, the Ohio State. Is this what we like? You have been in the house, but not crazy. It's basically facts. My man, the first year won more games than Nick Saban. I know he had a better team, but you must think that people go to the Kentucky Derby and they just ride. They do that. What is it? The 11th race, and then the horses keep going. You just jump on his back and keep going. That's not how I go, man. You gotta set your own tone. Need a coach that won't lose the. Oh, all right, Todd. You pull for the Tide. I gotta go. Nick took over a bad team. Yeah, we did all that, but it's just different. It's different. Cam the boy took over the portal, the NIL, the collectives, and all that stuff. Bama is the best program in college football, like the Lakers, Yankees. Yeah, I'm telling you. But that's all right, Todd. Subscribe. Bring your comments. Since you are rolling with the Tide some kind of way, I like it. But we're going to tell the truth up in here. We had an offensive coordinator who should not have been in that position. That's all. I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to go into that. Bro, it was a trend. I'm not going to go into it. He didn't have the man he wanted to have. Everybody knows it. The man wasn't ready. 0 players. And that's not 4 players did hit the portal, but they did not have scholarships. They were like walk-ons who really 2 of them going to schools where they can play. Hey, congratulations. But not one scholarship player, quote unquote, got in the portal. Nobody with significant playing time. Even those 4 guys, they barely even played. But I appreciate y'all for joining me. I don't want to go too long. I can't get off. If you don't think Ryan Grubb is worth 2 wins, not 5, not 7, 2. And Tennessee is Buki. They're going to be Buki. Tennessee they may have a fine quarterback. I don't know who you're throwing to. The truth will be told. Y'all about to find out why Nico asked him for so much money. He was like, if I play here for another 2 years, ain't no NFL for me. Y'all got to pay me or I got to go. You better find out. But with that, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next week right here on Around the Herd, 7:30. Unless it's a major holiday, I'm always here. Woo! Y'all got me heated up. But with that, I'm going to get out of here. God bless y'all for joining me. And always remember, roll, tide, roll.